Hey there, folks. If you're watching this, chances are you're either over 75, know someone who is, or just want to make sure you're setting yourself up for a long, healthy life. Let's get real for a second. Aging is a gift, but it comes with its own set of challenges. After 75, your body and mind aren't as forgiving as they used to be. Those little habits you brushed off for years, they can start to chip away at your health, your happiness, and even your lifespan. Today, we're diving deep into 6 bad habits that can seriously impact how long and how well you live after 75. These aren't just random opinions. I'm backing this up with science, real-world examples, and practical tips to help you or your loved ones break these habits before it's too late. Stick with me, because by the end of this, you'll have a clear roadmap to protect your health and live your best years yet. And trust me, you don't want to miss the practical solutions we'll cover. They're game changers. So grab a cup of coffee, get comfy, and let's talk about how to make those golden years truly shine. First up, let's tackle one of the sneakiest habits, neglecting physical activity. I know. After 75, the idea of hitting the gym or going for a run might sound like a young person's game. But here's the deal. Staying active isn't just about looking good, it's about staying alive. As we age, our muscles naturally weaken, our bones get brittle, and our balance starts to wobble. The National Institute on Aging says that adults over 75 who don't engage in regular physical activity are at a 30% higher risk of falls, which are the leading cause of fatal injuries in this age group. Falls can lead to broken hips, head injuries, or worse, things that can drastically shorten your life or land you in a nursing home. And it's not just about falls. A 2018 study in the Journal of Gerontology found that sedentary older adults have a 50% higher risk of heart disease and stroke compared to those who move regularly. That's your heart, your brain, your independence, all on the line. Why does this hit seniors so hard? Well, think about it. When you stop moving, your body starts to shut down. Muscles atrophy, joints stiffen, and your heart has to work harder to do less. Plus, there's a psychological kick. Not moving can make you feel isolated, depressed, or like you're losing control of your life. I've seen it with my own grandparents. When they stopped taking their daily walks, they didn't just lose strength, they lost their spark. So how do you break this habit? Start small. You don't need to run a marathon. The CDC recommends at least 150 minutes of moderate activity a week for older adults. That's just 20 minutes a day. Try chair exercises, gentle yoga, or a stroll around the block. If mobility is an issue, water aerobics or physical therapy can work wonders. The key is consistency. Find something you enjoy, maybe even rope in a friend or neighbor to make it social. You're not just exercising your body, you're investing in more years of dancing at your grandkid's wedding or tending to your garden. Next up, poor nutrition. Look, nobody's saying you need to eat kale smoothies every day, but what you put in your body after 75 can make or break your health. As you age, your metabolism slows, and your body doesn't absorb nutrients as well. A 2020 study in The Lancet found that malnutrition is a factor in 1 in 5 deaths among older adults globally. That's not just starvation, it's eating the wrong stuff or not enough of the right stuff. Too many seniors fall into the trap of convenience foods. Think processed snacks, frozen dinners, or just toast and coffee all day. These are loaded with sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats that spike blood pressure, clog arteries, and mess with blood sugar. Over time, this can lead to diabetes, heart disease, or even dementia. A 2021 study from Neurology showed that diets high in processed foods are linked to faster cognitive decline in people over 70. Here's why this resonates so much with seniors. Eating well isn't just about physical health. It's about dignity. When you're not nourishing yourself, you feel sluggish, foggy, and less like you. I remember talking to a 78-year-old neighbor who said she stopped cooking because it felt pointless for just one person. But when she started meal prepping simple, healthy dishes, she felt like she was taking back control. So how do you dodge this habit? Focus on whole foods, fruits, veggies, lean proteins, whole grains. If cooking feels overwhelming, try batch prepping meals or using a slow cooker. Get enough protein to maintain muscle mass. Think eggs, fish, or beans. And don't skip vitamins like D and B12, which many seniors are deficient in. If appetite is low, small, frequent meals can help. Talk to a doctor or nutritionist to tailor a plan. Your plate is your power. Use it to fuel more years of laughter and memories. Now let's talk about social isolation. This one's a silent killer. After 75, it's easy to drift away from friends, family, or community. Maybe you've lost a spouse, moved away, or just don't feel like going out. But humans are social creatures, and loneliness isn't just sad, it's deadly. A 2019 study in the Journals of Gerontology found that social isolation increases mortality risk by 26 to 29% in older adults. That's on par with smoking or obesity. Loneliness messes with your immune system, spikes stress hormones, and can even lead to heart failure. Plus, it's a vicious cycle. The lonelier you feel, the less you want to connect, and the worse it gets. I've heard stories of seniors who stopped leaving the house after losing a partner, and within months their health tanked, not because of any disease, but because they lost their sense of purpose. Why does this hit so close to home? Because connection is what makes life worth living. Think about the joy of a good laugh with a friend or a hug from a grandkid. Without that, it's easy to feel like you're just existing, not living. So how do you break this habit? Start small but intentional. Join a local senior center, book club, or church group. If getting out is hard, use technology. Video calls with family or online communities can be a lifeline. Volunteering is another great way to feel connected and needed. Even a daily chat with a neighbor can make a difference. The goal isn't to be the life of the party, it's to remind yourself you're not alone. You've got stories, wisdom, and love to share. Don't let isolation steal that. Moving on, ignoring mental health is another habit that can cut years off your life. Depression and anxiety aren't just feelings. They're medical conditions that hit seniors hard. The National Alliance on Mental Illness reports that untreated depression in older adults increases the risk of death by 25%, even when other health conditions are accounted for. Why? Because mental health issues mess with your body's stress response, weaken your immune system, and make you less likely to take care of yourself. They also increase the risk of cognitive decline. Think Alzheimer's or dementia. A 2022 study in the American Journal of Psychiatry found that older adults with untreated depression had a 40% higher chance of developing dementia within 5 years. This one's tough because seniors often brush off mental health as just getting old or feel ashamed to ask for help. But let me tell you, there's no shame in wanting to feel good again. I knew a 76-year-old man who seemed fine, but was quietly struggling after his wife passed. Once he started therapy, it was like a weight lifted. He was back to cracking jokes and planning fishing trips. So, how do you tackle this? First, recognize the signs. Feeling hopeless, losing interest in hobbies, or constant worry. Talk to a doctor or therapist. Many offer telehealth now. Mindfulness practices like meditation or journaling can help too. Stay connected with loved ones because isolation fuels depression. And if medication is suggested, don't be afraid to try it under a doctor's guidance. Your mind deserves as much care as your body. Next, skipping medical checkups. I get it. Nobody loves going to the doctor. But after 75, those visits are your lifeline. The CDC says that regular screenings catch 70% of chronic conditions early when they're most treatable. Skipping checkups means missing early signs of cancer, heart disease, or diabetes, conditions that can spiral fast if ignored. A 2017 study in Health Affairs found that older adults who skip preventive care are 20% more likely to end up hospitalized, which can lead to complications or worse. And it's not just physical health. Routine visits can catch mental health issues or medication side effects. Why does this matter so much? Because you've worked hard to get to this age. You deserve to enjoy it, not spend it in and out of hospitals. I've seen too many seniors put off a doctor's visit because it's probably nothing, only to regret it later. So how do you break this habit? Schedule regular checkups, annually at minimum, and stick to them like a non-negotiable appointment. Keep a list of symptoms or questions to make visits efficient. If transportation or cost is an issue, look into community health programs or telehealth options. And don't be afraid to advocate for yourself. Ask questions, get second opinions. Your health is worth fighting for. Finally, smoking or excessive drinking. If you're still lighting up or pouring heavy drinks after 75, it's time to rethink. Smoking is a death sentence for seniors. It's linked to 90% of lung cancer cases and doubles the risk of heart attack per the American Lung Association. Alcohol's no better in excess. It damages your liver, weakens your immune system, and messes with medications. A 2019 study in alcoholism, clinical and experimental research found that heavy drinking in older adults increases mortality risk by 45%. Even moderate drinking can be risky if it interacts with meds or worsens balance issues. This one's personal because it's about choice. You've got the power to say no to these habits, and that's empowering. My uncle quit smoking at 77, and he said it was the best gift he ever gave himself. More energy, better breathing, more years with his family. So how do you quit? For smoking, talk to a doctor about nicotine replacement or support groups. For alcohol, cut back gradually and replace drinks with non-alcoholic options like sparkling water. Lean on friends or family for accountability. And if you need professional help, don't hesitate. There's no shame in it. You're not just quitting a habit, you're choosing life. So, there you have it. 6 bad habits that can shorten your life after 75 and how to kick them to the curb. Let's recap. Stay active to keep your body strong, eat well to fuel your health, connect with others to lift your spirit, care for your mental health, keep up with doctor visits, and ditch smoking or heavy drinking. These aren't just tips. They're your ticket to more years of joy, independence, and meaning. You've got so much to offer the world, whether it's your wisdom, your laughter, or just your presence at the family dinner table. Don't let these habits steal that from you. Now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me, which of these habits are you working on? Or what's helped you stay healthy past 75? If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone you care about. It could be a wake-up call they need. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more tips on living your best life at any age. Let's keep this conversation going because your health, your story, and your future matter. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.